Hello, this video is to show how to file severance tax, correction reports. So we filed a few original reports when they were actually due, and then we filed some amended reports, but there are some corrections which need to be made. The reason the corrections need to be made is very simple, because when you reverse an entry, it should exactly match what was filed the first time. Even if there's a small difference of 1 cent, it will still get rejected. And if the original report was filed with a purchaser number, but your amended report was not filed with a purchaser number, it will still get rejected. So in this video, we're going to go back and look at what current errors we have in each month, and then we will look at how to file those corrections. You will need a few things. The first thing that you will need is an error report. They're saved here at this location. We will start with the month of August of 2017. So let's open this report. Over here you will see the filing period, locator number, and all this information, and it tells you what kind of error you have for each lease. We are going to use this report only to see the lease numbers which have an error. You can also go to the controller's website to view these errors, but that will take you takes me a longer time. So if you prefer to do that, you can do it, but I prefer to go by the PDF file. I have a printed copy here with me, but I'll show you how to do it. So once you log in to your controller's website, you can go here and there's an option called report errors. So click on, okay, session expired, so we'll go to the home page, enter your credentials, log in, then we'll go to report errors, Proline Energy, natural gas, producer. We'll type the filing period. We are currently working on 1708, and then we're going to search for it, and that will give you a list of all the existing errors in the system. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to correct each one of them one by one. So we'll go to report details, and here again you will write Proline Energy, natural gas, producer. Filing period we are looking at is 1708. Lease number we are looking at, let's start with this one, 004917. If 004917, and click on report detail, and over here you will get a detailed report of what the error is. In this column over here, it will tell you whether there's an error or not. Now before we dive into deeper detail, what we're basically doing is, you see when the original report was filed, there was no exemption filed with it, and then a corrected report was filed with exemption. So this one, even the correction does not have any exemption, so I don't know why any amendments were even filed in the first place, but that's fine. We will fix it now. And there are a bunch of amendments made over here, which has made the adjusted total to be negative 5640, and all these negative entries, and that's why your volume is negative, your value is negative, your marketing cost is negative, and your net tax value is negative, which is not possible. So we just need to, what we will do is we will zero out this adjusted total, and that will only leave us with this original report and this report over here. And then next thing we're going to do is we will then zero out this original report, and that will leave us with only one report on file. Oh no, we can actually leave both of them. In this particular case, it looks like we had two purchases at that time. So we will leave this report in, we will leave this report also in. We just need to back out this center part. Now before we back out, another thing that we should be aware of is different exemptions and how much exemption percentage is available each month. So if you go to this particular website, you scroll down, you will see there's a table, and for 2017, August 2017, we were eligible for 100% credit. So for any of the corrections, if we see an exemption type 11, that means our net taxable value was 100%, 100% exempt, and the net tax value will be 0. We will deal with that case when we get there. Now on how to file the reports. So first thing I'm going to do is I will create a folder here and call it, okay, I already have it here, and call it 1708, and then I have let's see, let's take it from here. We have this application which generates the EDI file for all our corrections. If you don't know how to use this file, or if it is your first time, we have another series of videos which you can watch. If you go to YouTube, or ask the person who's giving you this video to give you access to the other video also, but I'll show you over here. So we'll go to your videos. Here on the YouTube channel we have a whole series of severance tax training videos. So ask the person who's giving you this video to share that video also with you. So let's get started. So this application is it's basically provided by the controller's office. It's called one second, where is it? This one, natural gas and crude oil ETF version 5.0. It can be downloaded from the state controller's website. If you don't already have it downloaded on your system, please ask the person who gave you this video to tell you where to download it from. And this application, the Excel file we have, it basically takes your data in and generates the EDI file to be imported into this system. And we'll go through the whole process in this video, but mainly from a perspective of corrections. So I'm not going to use these options over here to select the gas app and select the exemption file. I'll click view all, and under preload taxpayer, preload lease type, all this information is already set up for all the Proline leases. And what I need to do is add my data here on the Petro import section, and then generate the input files. So let's start with this case. So we first have the lease number is 004917. So let's I have formulas here, X lookups, to look up the data from the other preload tabs. We'll delete this old data. Okay, so we're looking at so the first case we had here is 004917. So I'll copy that and put it here, 004917. And what I need to do is I first need to zero out this data. So this is currently stands at negative, so So I'm gonna do a plus um, for all of this, so that will zero out my and then cool. Alright, so when this line entry hits my record, my this whole part will be this second part over here will be zeroed out, and I'll be just left with this top line and this bottom line, which were my original reports in the system, and that will resolve the issue. uh, for these columns we can fill them out at the end of it, or we can do it as we go. There's a next lookup to find the county data and all these things and the name and so on. Alright, so now let's move on to the next one. The next error that we have, so we just did 4917. Next one we have is 015752. So let's look at the report detail for it. It's 015752 report detail. Okay, now let's look at what's happening in this case. So in this case again we don't have any exemption. In amended reports also we don't have any exemption, but what we have here is again our total volume is again zeroed negative, and net tax value is also total of negative. So this particular one is 015752, and we need to back out this. Okay, so again this will be since it's negative entries we need to back it out, so we'll make it a plus. And copy, done. So that's for 015752. You can again do this beautification at the end together for all the leases, or you can do it as you go. These are simple cases because we don't have any exemption 11s right now or any different purchaser numbers, but there are different types of error cases which require different type of amendments. That's why we need to check the detail for each lease. Okay, so the next one is we just did 15752. Next one is 15755. So let's go back and do 015755 report detail. Okay, now let's look at this particular case. This one does have exemption 11. The original report was filed without an exemption with this particular purchaser, which is zeroed out, so that's not a problem. So the only problem we have in this one is again in the center table, where after the amendments we have a total negative lease volume and negative tax value. So let's look at it. This one is 015755. So 015755, and this is what I need to zero out. So okay, I did a plus, and that's it. Okay, so this entry, if this entry is removed, all this will be zeroed out. This second table will be zeroed out, this first table will be zeroed out, and will be only left with this one case here. Alright, so now let's look at what we have next. So we just did 15755. Next is 134021. So let's do report details. 134021 report details. So what's happening here? Again, there is no exemption. The original report was all good, but somehow an amendment was filed which made it all negative. So this is 134021. 134021. Adjusted total needs to be zeroed out. It needs to will make a plus entry. And remove this. So now when we make this entry, it will zero out what we currently have in the system. Make sure everything needs to match exactly the way it is here. So even when you copy paste it over into your Excel and your formatting is not set to 2 decimal places, it will give you an error. So make sure you have the 2 decimal place on. And for the volumes are always in round numbers, so you don't need to worry about that. But the revenue amount, any dollar amount, you have to match it to the exact decimal place. So this one will take care of that. So after 134021, next we have 187848. So 187848. Let's see what's the problem with this one. So report detail 1708 187848, that's what we are working on. Okay, again, there is no exemption. The original report looks all good, but my amended reports is what messed it up. So 187848. Okay, so I need to just back out this part. And again, we'll make it positive. Cool. So that would take care of this correction. Next one is 194259. So 194259. Let's check the report detail for this one. 194259 report detail. Again, there is no exemption. The original report was all good. We don't know why the second amendment was filed, but we are going to go in and correct it now. We just need to back out this total adjusted total amount. Okay, so for 194259, maybe I can just put a no. So we're going to reverse it. So it's currently in negative. We're going to make it in positive, and that's it. It will resolve this error. Again, make sure everything matches to the exact decimal point. If it is 49865.91, it has to be 49865.91 in your Excel file. Okay, so next after 194259 is 194339. So let's have that 194339. That's what it was, 194339. 194339. Let's check the report detail. 194339 report detail. Okay, so this one does have an exemption 11, and exemption for your August of 2017 is 100%. So net tax value will be 0. So no errors here. The original report has been zeroed out. So the error we have here is again in this amendment. So we need to zero out this particular case. So this is 194339. We just need to zero out this part. So 194339. Okay, so we'll do minus this, copy, paste. That takes care of this lease. Next one is 201177. Let's do it. Report details 201177. Okay, so again this one does have exemption 11. We have amendments filed twice for some reason, once in 2020 and once in April of 2021, which is definitely a duplicate. Yep, so we need to remove one of these line items. Your original reports are zeroed out, so that's good. Your second table is not zeroed out, so we need to remove this total case 6578 and so on. So let's copy that 201177. Okay, so this takes care of one error over here, but now we have another error, and in the second error we have to enter the lease as with an exemption 11. So what we will do in this case is this current Excel file we have is set up for exemption 11.0. So I'll go back to my folder and I'll create a new file. And I'll call it tax with exemption 11. And I'll use the exact same template over here. So let's copy this whole thing. Okay, but now in this file I will track the corrections which need to be made for this third table, because you cannot file because you'll need to file two different EDIs. For this table you'll have to file one EDI, for this third table you will have to file a separate EDI. So I already copied, so I'll delete all this data. Okay, $65.78 and so on. 201177. Okay, we corrected this one. Now we need to reverse one of these entries. Okay, and since we need to reverse this one, this will be now negative. Alright, that's it. And this one will be filed with an exemption 11. I'll keep it like this for now, and once we finish compiling this Excel sheet, I will add rest of the data, like all this preload taxpayer, preload other parties and so on. Okay, so that's the case for 201177. Similarly, by the way, if you have a correction here in this first table, you will have to start a separate Excel file for the first table. So each table you will need to have its own Excel file because of this header data. The header data has to match exactly as what we currently have in the system. So we just did 201177. Next one is 201653. So let's do a 201653. Let's check the report detail, what the problem is. 201653. Okay, so your original report has been zeroed out, so that's not a problem. Your return, your amended report, the second table does have an error. You have a total of negative values here, and your third table, which is filed with exemption 11, also has an error. It has data booked to it twice, so we have to reverse out one of these datas. So this will go to my Excel sheet of without exemption 11, and this will go to my Excel sheet with exemption 11. So let's first take this one. This one will go here for 201653. Okay, and since we are reversing the entries, oops, you can do it one lease at a time, or you can just compile all your data and then reverse it out. The reason I'm doing it one by one is because there might be a case where I have to input a negative entry and I might forget by the time I finish the list. Okay, so over here, so now notice carefully, I do not need to back out this 888. One of these entries was extra. This April 2021 entry was extra, and that's what I need to back out. So I'll copy this second line over here. My net tax value will still be 0 again because it's 100% credit. And tax with exemption 11, this is what we will do. So it's -4, -4, -11, 0, 0, -4, and 0. And this one was 201653. So 201653. Cool. So that's it. Next one is 213663. So let's see, check the next one. Report detail 213. What's the number? 213663. Okay, again, the first, it's filed with exemption 11. My original report has been backed out and it's zeroed now, which was filed without exemption 11. My second table does have an error. The recently filed amendment was filed twice for some weird reason, so I need to back this out. And my third table over here, again you will see everything is entered twice. So I need to back out one of these line entries. So let's start. 213663 is my lease number. 213663. So for exemption here, I need to back out this last adjusted total amount. Oops. And for this one, I do not need to back out the adjusted total. I need to back out this one particular line here. Okay, so this one would be -540, -540, 0, -540. Cool. And for this one here, again, negative this, because we'll do a positive line entry to back out what we had initially, and that's it. This case solved. Now next one is 213663. Next one is 214485. So let's do report details. 214485. Again, the first report, which was filed without exemption, is not backed out, so we will need to now start a third Excel file to back out this original report. The second table also has an issue. we need to back out this line item. There's an extra amendment filed in April. And then the third table, which is filed with exemption 11, also has an extra amendment filed to it. So first 214485, we'll go to both of them. Now let's first back out this adjusted total. Two one four four eight five. Then we will back out this line in my tax exemption with code 11. And then we will start a third line to back out this original report. Okay, so let's go back to our folder, create a new Excel sheet, and let's call it back out original. Back out original, and we'll create a new line entry. A separate EDI file will need to be generated for this one once we finish going through our list. Okay, so first I'll copy this whole table again over here, and we are dealing with 214485, so let me just delete these. I'm leaving the first one here because I have the formulas here which I will copy down later, and this one was filed without exemption. This is what I'm backing out. So negative. Now we have to be careful about another thing when we back out the original report. So you see the back out report, which is the original report over here. Check the purchaser number in the table. It has this 1742779751, whoever that is. Now when you file the correction for this back out, it has to be filed again against this purchaser number. If you see our amendments, they are not filed against any purchaser number to keep things simple, but these original reports were filed this way for some reason. So we'll copy over this purchaser number also. So I'll put it here under other party taxpayer ID, and when we get to generate the EDI, we will notice that we'll have to change this other party name also. Your preload template will also change. You'll have to make sure that this purchaser exists in this table over here. Nothing will change under the preload lease. Under preload lease type, you will have to mark lease operator, yes. Liable for tax, yes. Off lease sale, you will have to mark a no. Other taxpayer ID will be what you just put here, 17, this whole number. And other taxpayer, yeah, that's the other taxpayer ID. Commodity type will remain the same. Taxpayer ID will still be us. It will still be Proline because Proline is the one paying the taxes, and that's how we will back out this third case. Okay, so coming back to it, so we created a third file to back out this original report. So we created one to back out the original report, we created one to correct this amendment, and we created a third one to correct this third table in which we booked an extra volume and value to this lease. So this will take care of our lease number 214485. Making sure I entered it here. Okay, I have it here, I have it here, and do I have it here? Yes, I got it here. So after 214485, next one we have is 220145. So let's look at 220145, 220145 report detail. Okay, so your original has been backed out, so that's down to 0. Your second table, this part needs to be backed out, and your third table, we have an extra line entry here. So 220145, we will only be using 2 Excel files in this case. First one is for the second table. Nothing in the first table, backout original is already backed out, and to remove the extra data. So first we're backing out this. Then we are backing out this second line. Note that we are not backing out the third line, we are backing out the second line here. Okay, then I'll reverse these entries. Alright, 220145. That will take care of this particular lease. Now next one is 221766. Let's do this one. 221766. So in this case, original needs to be backed out. It's not backed out. Your this second table needs to be corrected, and your third table needs to be corrected. So we'll be using 3 different Excel files. So 221766 goes to backout original, goes to exemption 11 correction, and goes to the second table correction. Make sure we get the purchaser number, and again, if this one says no and no here, make sure it says no and no here. It has to match exactly the same. So I'm going to copy over the purchaser number. Okay, then I'll copy the data. Then second table correction. Then third table correction, we'll just back out this. That's it. Now we'll reverse all the entries. We'll reverse this entry. And we'll reverse this entry. Alright, so next is 221786. 221786. Alright, so this one, the first table, the original report is backed out. Our adjusted total is 0. The second table, we have way too many amendments, so we need to back out this line. The third table with exemption 11, everything looks good, but we have an extra amendment filed over here which needs to be backed out. So we'll be using two Excel files here. So 221786 will go to the second table correction and we'll go to exemption 11 correction. Second table correction will back out this, and exemption correction will back out this second line. Then I'll reverse both the entries. I'll reverse this entry. I could stop the video now and finish compiling this list and then come back and show you the next step, but I'm not doing it intentionally because I don't know what these cases, what these report details look like, and we just discovered two different type of cases during this video. That's why I'm going to continue doing one entire month so we look at all the different types of cases. So that's 211786. Next one is 226131. So we have 226131 report detail. Okay, so the first one is backed out, adjusted total is 0. In the second table we have extra amendments filed, so we need to back out this last line item. And in the third case we have an exemption 11 but an extra amendment is filed, so we need to back that one out. So we are going to use only two Excel files. So 226131 is going on tax with exemption 11 and it's going to this one here. So for second table correction, I'll copy this data. Okay, negative, copy, paste, delete. Then for this one I need to back out this second line. No, it does not go in this one, it goes in this one, 226131. And I'll back it out by reversing the sign. And delete this whole part. Okay, so that should take care of 226131. Then all this will be zeroed out. The second table will be zeroed out. And I'll be left with this third table in which the second line will be zeroed out, and we'll be only left with this first line item over here. Okay, so after 226131 we have 229174. So report details 229174 report detail. Okay, the first table is zeroed out, no action required there. Second table, we need to back out this last line item. Third table, we need to back out this extra filing over here.